right, everybody, I am here with another episode of Chamber Chat. I got another special guest in the car. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we will kick it off from there.
My name is Drew Skaggs, and I'm the owner of the shop Fitness Plus Performance, and we are in downtown on 2nd Street, right by Peak Sports.
Nice. Yeah, right down 2nd. It's in the name. Shouldn't take too much of an explanation, but for the the dozens of people that are going to be watching these, nice. What do you do?
Well, that's twice as many followers as I have, so that's great. So we are actually a functional training facility. So we primarily do large group classes, and they are coach led. So what that means is we design the programming. We have a warm up, either a conditioning or a strength workout, and then some sort of cool down or something like that. And 100% of the class is led by a coach.
So I just can't come in there and sling weights around on my own, kind of, there's somebody supervising me.
Sure, we do have an open gym period, and that's all afternoon, and that's typically when I'm in there doing my workout, because otherwise I'm coaching.
Yeah.
But we also kind of monitor that a little bit, in that we don't just let someone start off an open gym. We need to have them experience some classes, make sure they're comfortable with all of the movements that they'll be performing, and know how to do them all safely and correctly.
But I'll play devil's advocate. But I was at a different gym, or I got some weights at home. I know what I'm doing, man.
Sure.
What's the scoop? Come on.
Well, you might be right. Maybe you do know what you're doing, and the home gym is the right fit for you.
Yep.
But for most people, when you have a gym membership, you get access to the gym, which means you just go in and then you have all of the equipment available to you. But with a coach and with a group class, we tell you what to do, how to do it, and then we also tell you how to progress from workout to workout, so that you're going to see the results. In addition to that, you have the accountability of showing up for a coach and all of your friends that will be in the class with you.
Because ultimately, if I'm working at a desk job and I screw something up, I just can go back and redo it. But if I screw something up slinging weights around, not good.
Correct. Yeah, you could be set back if you experience an injury or something like that, which they happen, of course. Nobody's perfect, but with a coach and with supervision, it's a much lower likelihood.
So you've been around. How long have you been around doing this?
I've been in this location for actually we're going on 2 years. Okay. And we were over here on 9th Street by Walmart for about 5.5 years.
I was gonna say a while, right?
Yeah. So a little over 7.5 years, I guess.
The space is amazing.
Thank you.
And you guys will see, we'll post some photos with this as well, but you'll get to see, some of the pictures we spent. Is it right? Is the perfect space for you now? Obviously, we talked earlier, you're getting a little bigger now. People got to lose some COVID weight, right?
Yeah. I'm really happy with the space. We have a nice big open area. We've got roll-up doors in front and back, so it feels even bigger. Yeah. And we're at 5,000 square feet. That includes all of the training space, plus the offices, the restrooms and locker rooms and showers, and plus a lobby area too. So we actually have pretty much everything we want.
And you work out in the afternoon, you mentioned. It's always kind of like, I always equate this to, if you're a kid and you deliver pizza, you never want to eat pizza again. It's like, I just don't want to do what I do for work. But obviously the fitness industry in general is a little bit different, right? Because you live it.
Very different. In fact, with myself and with all of our coaches, we are very big about leading from the front. So if we expect people to come and sign up at our gym, and we're going to tell them, we recommend 3 to 5 workouts a week, we recommend this for nutrition, I think we would lose a lot of credibility if we didn't do all of that ourselves.
If you walk in and you're munching on Taco Bell
exactly. Not lifting in the manner that we instruct others, or not following the type of nutrition guidance that we give others. For me, that's authenticity, and I wouldn't feel good about it if I operated in any other way.
That's cool, and that definitely comes across just talking to you. How'd you get started?
Yep. So this was back in 2007. Well, actually, let me back up. I first started working out when it was the summer before 8th grade, so I think I was 13.
Okay.
And I'm 42 now, so that's a long time in the weight room.
Got people to impress, I know. Get the guns out.
Got to.
Was this here, local?
No, I'm from Texas originally.
Okay.
And I went to college in Texas. and I went to grad school, and I also had a corporate job in commercial real estate finance. But I was still training on my own, because from the moment I stepped foot in a weight room, I was kind of addicted and obsessed. So I built out my garage, speaking of having weights at home. It was called The Shop from day one, and I used to work out before work and then go into the office, and then some of my coworkers, including my boss, started joining me. And that's what got me kind of into coaching, and that was back in 2007. I eventually left that job and then started coaching as an actual profession, and then opened up the facility here in Corvallis.
That's cool. You kept the same name.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. What made you, because, you know, obviously millions of people work out every day, but then making that leap to coaching, what made you do that? So
it was related to my corporate job, in that, you know, it was a well-paying job, but I didn't feel fulfilled. You know, I was just doing tasks and punching a clock. Didn't feel like I was making much of a difference in anybody's life in particular, because it was a big company, and you know, you never see the people that you actually work with. Yeah, right. Now I work one-on-one or face-to-face, I should say, with people, and we're literally changing lives. We're improving health, strength, confidence, every aspect of somebody's life.
And you hear all these stories about, you know, the coaching and those. It's not sort of that giant win that you got, or that it's like that incremental little, you know, somebody came in and they were silly little stuff. They were able to tie their shoelaces for the first time, you know, because they got issues doing that. And you see those little improvements, and those are the ones I remember always used to just touch you, right?
Correct. Yeah, and so there's all kinds of wins, and it just depends on the person. But the good news is that we get to celebrate all of those with them. In fact, one of my early members, his name is Curtis, he became one of my best friends because he just showed up every day. And so I was hanging out with one of my friends every day for years. And I just had dinner with him 2 nights ago. So, you know.
Healthy dinner, I hope.
Yeah.
Good. So you've obviously got, you know, you got a bunch of people coming through the door. What does a normal day for you look like? Just, well, that's it, a normal day.
Sure. So I'm an early riser. I get up at 4:30. Cool. Sometimes it's to coach the early morning classes, because we have good sized crews that show up at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 every morning.
So they're hour classes?
Yeah, hour-long classes.
Okay.
And so I wake up early, and if I am coaching, I get ready and I head to the gym, and then, you know, we're running classes, we're doing workouts. If I am not coaching that day, because we do have 4 other coaches on our staff, then I'm at home. I'm usually working through things like getting people started who have sent in an inquiry about starting with us. We often start with one personal training session to teach people how to do the movements that we'll do, instruct them about how to progress from, say, warming up through a workout, and then from week to week. And then also, you know, touching base with active members. We want to ensure that we keep them utilizing their membership. Yeah. So unlike the big box model, where they just sell a lot of memberships and they really don't care if you show up or not, I actually want every single person coming in every day.
Which is a huge part of, like, the accountability side, and especially, you know, those people who want to coach either one-on-one or in, like, this situation, like in a group setting. That's a big deal. Yeah. You know?
And if you're a member and we don't see you for a day or two, you can expect to get a text message or a phone call. And it's only to check in. It's not to shame anybody or anything like that. It's like, hey, we missed you this morning. What's going on? Yeah. And you know, that's the accountability that keeps people showing up, and then of course showing up is what delivers the results.
Oh, for sure. What about misconceptions of a gym? We joked earlier about, like, hey, you're like, where do I start? How long is this gonna be?
How long are we driving to Portland right now? Is that how much time we have?
Yeah, no kidding.
I would say the couple of biggest ones that just jump right out at me. Number one is kind of battling the misconceptions that people read in the media, whether it's news, social media, whatever. So if you think about what they're doing, they're trying to get your attention, which means they need a headline that is exciting and going to grab your attention. even if it's just for a moment. So they might say something like, lose 20 pounds in 20 days, or something like that.
Click.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now you clicked on it, now they just got what they wanted.
Yeah.
The problem there is that while that may be physiologically possible, it's not healthy or sustainable.
No.
And then you're likely going to do real harm to your body if you try to do something like that.
Yeah.
So to overcome that, we have to convince people that in order to be sustainable and do more good for your body and not do harm to your body, it's consistency for a long period of time. So we tell people that one workout isn't going to get you strong or fit.
Right.
You have to do a lot of workouts for weeks and months and years. And one salad isn't going to make you healthy. You have to eat your veggies and your protein every day,
right?
Week after week, month after month, for years. So that's the big one.
It's almost like you know, and I know there's sort of a little bit more blunt way to put it, but if you are, you didn't get out of shape overnight.
Correct.
Right. So I think it's unrealistic to expect anybody to get back into shape.
Correct. But there's the whole instant gratification movement that's really easy to fall prey to, but unfortunately anything worthwhile is not going to be instantaneous.
I just took a little tour. I don't remember. Was there a mirror in there?
Only in the bathroom.
So
because it's required by code.
How am I going to get my selfie in the mirror?
You can look at yourself in the mirror at your house.
I love that.
As long as you want.
I love that. Obviously it's going well. You're making a huge difference in a lot of people's lives, in the industry you're at. Part of Chamber Chat is obviously talking about, the business, but we also want to know about the people behind the business, right? So now we get to be a little bit more personal and find out a little bit more about you. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So we already know you grew up in Texas.
Yep.
What was that like?
It was really hot and humid. So I played baseball for the majority of my life. Well, my early life.
Yeah.
All the way through college, and all of that was in Houston.
So you're pretty good?
I guess I was. I played. I was on the Rice University team, and we won the College World Series in 2003, and that was my last year.
You get a ring?
I got a ring.
Nice.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What position?
I was an outfielder, but I was a reserve player in college.
So you got to watch a lot.
Yeah.
But you still got a ring.
Correct.
It still counts.
Still got a ring.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
So I studied engineering at Rice. I got 2 undergrad degrees, chemical and environmental engineering. Then I went to grad school, as I mentioned, and I was in. I got a master's in commercial real estate finance, and then I worked in a corporate setting for about 9 years after that.
And now you're loving life, not doing anything connected with any of that.
I still like spreadsheets, but only the ones that I make for myself.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah. Favorite food?
So I created a recipe called beef and bruzzies, and
all right.
It uses. I'm going to give a little plug to Trader Joe's here, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way. But they have all these pre-chopped veggies. You can put them together in a single pot. It's so easy, no prep, no wash, no nothing. And then a few minutes later, you have, I would argue, the healthiest meal ever.
What's it called again?
Beef and bruzzies. That's my name. Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my name that I created. Trademark.
Don't use that.
I invented it, and here's the part that I like the best. This is just kind of my personality. When I made it, I liked it, so I ate it every day, and I've been eating it almost every day for over 6 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
It's just, what else? Do you eat anything else?
Yeah, that's just one meal. I usually eat 5 or 6 meals a day.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my favorite one, which is what the question was.
Okay. That's fair.
I eat lots of other ones though.
That's fair. What's your guilty pleasure?
So
come on, tell us you chuck down a gallon of ice cream every now and again.
No, it's I guess when COVID started, I had an ice cream phase because we were all figuring out what the hell we had to do with it. Yeah. But lately, I would have to say again a plug, but no affiliation. Crumble Cookies on 9th Street.
Oh, good shout.
Yep.
You went there one too many times.
I wouldn't call it too many.
Can you ever?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Hey, favorite movie?
I'm a Star Wars guy.
Okay.
I am now, thanks to one of my friends from the shop who got me hooked onto it. So.
Wait, had you not watched it before?
I had seen them, but I wasn't really deep into it. And then, thanks to my buddy Blake, I am now.
And now are you nerd level, kind of, or are you?
I'm approaching nerd level.
Really?
I am not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite one?
You know what? Hard to say. I liked Revenge of the Sith.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then also I like all the. I'm currently watching Obi-Wan on.
Oh yeah, they got all the Mandalorian and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one. I wouldn't say I'm like a Star Wars nerd, but I did really like watching them.
I remember
cool.
You said something about your dad being a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, you are. But it was like, it's one of those ones where it's the sort of movie that you watch where you are I don't know, it was like nostalgic, right? It was just like we watched when my parents came over for the pandemic, or right at the start of the pandemic, literally right about a couple weeks before it started. And we went to see Star Wars because the last one was out, and it was almost, I know it sounds sort of weird, but it was like, it just came full circle, you know, because as a kid I watched it with my mom, you know, and it was super cool. Yeah. So that part was really cool.
Yeah.
What is so you're done working, you got home, you're just chilling out on the deck or in the yard or something, and you're putting on some music. What do you got?
Well, for music, I have a varied taste.
Okay.
If I'm in the gym, it's usually Metallica or Godsmack or Breaking Benjamin, or you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
If
it's not jazz.
No, it's not. If I'm at home and it's more easy listening, for lack of a better word, it's probably going to be, I think Ray LaMontagne is one of my favorite artists. Okay. So.
And that's just you putting it on. You good?
Yep.
Just chilling out.
Just hanging out.
Can you just chill out?
I think so. Yeah. One of the things I've done recently is I've started putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. I deleted social media off my phone.
Nice.
So, you know, that way I'm not getting pinged with notifications all the time.
Yep.
So that's been huge.
Yeah, no kidding. For relaxation, if you were gonna go on a vacation, some favorite place you've been in the world?
I've been to Hawaii a bunch of times.
Okay.
In college, the University of Hawaii was in our conference, so we used to go there to play baseball every year.
Nice.
So I like the beach. I like island time, island life.
Yeah.
I also like the mountains.
That's not a bad place to go.
Yeah.
And especially playing basebball.
Yeah.
And especially if somebody else is paying for it as well.
All good things.
That's good. What about a bucket list place that you haven't been yet, that you want to go?
Gosh, that's a good question. You know, I haven't spent much time.
We asked the tough questions.
Yeah.
I
haven't spent much time overseas. I'd say maybe, you know, if I'm going to go to the beach and it's one that I haven't been before, maybe somewhere in the Mediterranean.
Okay. Yeah. Like Greece or somewhere?
Greek island, yeah, that's something like that.
That'd be cool. Hey, you see, well, not a couple months ago, you saw all this stuff about space travel, you know, space tourists and stuff. Yeah. Any interest? I mean, you know, let's say price wasn't, you know, because it's going to cost a little money to get out there. Is that something that interests you?
Probably not. No? At least not initially. I'd want to make sure that a lot of people go and come back.
Yes.
Before I take a shot at that.
You don't want to be the first dog into space.
Correct.
You know, that's not the good role.
Apparently you have to be a billionaire to do that, so.
Yeah, no kidding. What is the worst thing you've ever eaten? What is never going to be on your, well, we know your dinner plate is limited somewhat. What is the one thing you've tried that you will never, ever eat again?
Shrimp.
Really?
I can't stand it. The taste is just really bad for me, and so it got to the point where, just so I don't have to explain it, I just say I'm allergic to it.
Oh,
that way, because when you say you're allergic, everyone's like, oh, allergy will be.
Yeah,
of course, no problem.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than having to explain that I just don't like the taste.
Yeah, because I gotta say, we've been doing, I don't know, we've done 50 or 60 of these. I think you're the first shrimp guy. Is it? But it's not all seafood or anything like that.
No, I like salmon. I like halibut. I like a lot of fish like that.
All right.
But not shrimp. It's a smell, taste, texture. It's pretty much everything I dislike.
Was this like a childhood thing, and you were like, oh god, like where did this come from?
I think when I was a child, if it wasn't peanut butter and jelly, then it was probably going to be a tough sell for me anyway.
Oh, so it wasn't like one traumatic event with a shrimp.
But I did actually try it, and really didn't like it as a kid, and then from there I didn't see the need to ever try it again.
It was kind of one of those where your parents kind of like a no thank you bite kind of deal, like, hey, you're gonna have it, you're gonna try it, or were you a fairly easy kid?
No, I thought I was easy, and that if you just made me a PB&J, I was gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Apparently my parents thought that was being difficult.
Hey, it takes all time, right?
Whatever.
Hey, if there was one particular celebrity or famous person, I don't have to be a celebrity, you know, whatever that means, that you could meet who's around right now, who would it be?
Bo Jackson.
Oh, good one.
Favorite athlete of all time.
Yeah? The greatest athlete of all time?
I think so.
Okay.
I think his career was tragically cut short by that injury. But my gosh, I've read his book. I've watched every special that's ever been created about him, and it was just, yeah.
Bo knows.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
What, do you have a favorite memory of him?
Of him?
Yeah.
Well,
out the stadium
the
deal?
Seahawks run, the Monday Night Football.
Was that the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was the Bosworth game. That's that. I remember I was actually watching the All-Star game where he hit a leadoff home run, and then his Nike Bo Knows commercial premiered right after that, and it was just
it was meant to be.
Yeah. So
the Deion Sanders did kind of the same thing. Not even close.
He wasn't as likable, probably because Bo was more humble and Deion was flashy, flamboyant, arrogant.
Yes.
But just as good of an athlete.
How and when he did Bo Jackson win a Super Bowl?
No, never won a Super Bowl, but he did play in the Pro Bowl and he did play in the MLB All-Star game, and he's the only person to ever do both.
Oh, really? Even now?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Well, that's cool. What about somebody from history that you'd like to meet?
Okay.
Who's dead now?
Whew. Gosh.
See, I'm telling you, man. Hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
And I'll buy you some time.
Okay.
I always ask when I ask this question, I'm always like, we get some strange answers. There's some like, oh, I'd like to meet Henry VIII or somebody, or like, I'd like to meet Genghis Khan, and just be like, hey, dude, what? Why?
Yeah. What are you up to?
What was wrong? Did you need a hug? What's the scoop?
Well, I guess if it's Okay. Well, I guess the first one that comes to mind is I've read a lot from the author Ryan Holiday, and of course a lot of his stuff is based around Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. So,
okay.
So how about that, Marcus Aurelius?
What about it?
Just that he seemed to have a grasp on life and a philosophy that it stood the test of time. They're still talking about it today. So
2,000 years later, right?
Correct.
Are you a big reader?
Pretty big.
Yeah.
I love to read, and I read any chance I get. So
yeah, biography type guy or fiction? Don't care.
I'm mostly reading business-related books, whether it's something on like sales and marketing. So as an engineer, by education,
right?
Sales and marketing weren't exactly strong suits of mine. So typically stuff like that. I do like a lot of stuff from the self-help category.
Okay.
Classics like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, plus all of the other books from Stephen Covey.
Yep.
Fiction, I like Lord of the Rings, and I read A Song of Ice and Fire, most commonly known as Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Last question, a big one. And I gotta eventually I won't be able to answer these questions, but so we just got, I think we can all agree the last couple of years has been a little rough, right? It's been rough on businesses, just on people in general, on people's health, all that good stuff. So it's easy to focus on the negative.
Sure.
What's something positive that's come out of the last 2 years for you, either personally or maybe both, personally, business wise? Give us some silver lining for COVID.
Sure. Well, business wise is that we're still alive and kicking, and we're actually, we're having our best months ever.
Yep.
Pre or post pandemic, so that's finally
awesome.
Good. During the pandemic, because things got so bad, I basically had an opportunity to reinvent every system within our business, or create a first system.
Yeah.
And so now we're operating more effectively and more efficiently in pretty much every way.
Because you mentioned even without the numbers, but you lost about 2/3 of your membership, right?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah. We were
not good.
No, not good.
What about personally?
Personally, I I enjoy spending a lot of time with my 2 daughters, and so that's been great. I feel like I've really grown as a father.
Yeah.
And so connecting with them a lot better.
You have to do the homeschool thing for a while?
Well, they're young enough to where there wasn't really homeschooling.
Oh.
But now they're back in school, so yeah, I just feel like I've grown as a person and a father. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, hey, I want to thank you for spending some time with us. It's always, you guys know, you know, where the shop is. But if you don't, I know you said it at the start, but just for, again, how do they get a hold of you? What's the scoop?
Sure thing. So you can text us at 541-243-8948. You can stop by. We are at 244 Northwest 2nd Street. So we're right by Peak Sports, Pastega Coffee, Downtown Dance. We're right in that area. Or you can go to our website, shop-training.com, and those are the best ways.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for all you do for the community and for providing a healthy outlet for a ton of people. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, go to some of the get a hold of Drew in the way that he said, and we'll see you guys on another episode of Chamber Chat.
Great.
See you later.